running out of gas. No, I'm not gonna light this money on fire. You think I'm an idiot? But we are gonna be talking about the most overpriced camera gear there is out there. So without any further ado, let's jump right in to the video. All right, so starting off with this list with number 1 is Leica cameras, and in particular, the Leica M10P. Now, this camera is $8,000, and you know, the reason you really pay so much money for Leicas is because that little red badge right on the front of the camera that says Leica. They removed that red badge from this camera, so when you're walking around and people notice that you're shooting Leica, they're not gonna notice it because that little red badge is missing. So, $8,000 for what, really? And I understand in the comments people are gonna be like, well, it's about the shooting Leica experience. Listen, I'll go shoot Fuji for $1,000 to $2,000 and enjoy the experience of having $6,000 left in my pocket. Not to mention, you'd have to go and buy glass for the Leica, so I'll enjoy the experience of having $9,000 left in my pocket. That's the experience that I want. Not to mention, this camera does not shoot video, it only shoots 5 frames per second. I really don't understand why someone would spend $8,000 on this camera, body only. But that was number 1 on the list. And by the way, this list is really in no particular order, but I thought that was a good one to start off. Let's go on to the next one. All right, so number 2 on this list is the Mamiya Leaf Credo 50 digital back kit with 645 DF plus medium format DSLR with an 80mm f2.8 LS autofocus lens and the gold package warranty. Maybe the gold package warranty justifies the $33,000 price tag of this medium format camera. Now, I understand that medium format cameras get really expensive. You can easily spend $50,000 on a Hasselblad with a 100 megapixel back on it. But this camera here is a 50 megapixel back, 14 stops of dynamic range, 14-bit color depth. But the thing is, this is $33,000. If you want to get specs like that, spend $6,000 on a Fuji GFX. Like, I don't understand what justifies this camera being $33,000. If I'm missing something, drop it down in the comments below. Let me know what I'm missing about this camera. Of course, you'd have to throw a lens on that Fuji, but you're still going to be nowhere near $33,000. The funniest thing is, there's one review on this camera on B&H Photo. It's 5 stars reviews, and they just said great. You spend $33,000 on a camera, and all you have to say is great. That's number 2 in this list. Let's move on to the next one right now. Alright, so number 3 in this list, and one that might actually upset some people, is Red. Not necessarily their cameras, because I understand their cameras shoot, you know, Hollywood movies. They're legit cinema cameras. And I understand you can get some cheaper Red bodies, but when you're spending $50,000 on a camera body, don't you think you should be able to shoot right out of the box? Like, come on. Not to mention, what I'm really saying is overpriced is mainly the Red accessories. The fact that you have to buy Red mags, which are essentially overpriced SSDs. You have to buy the card reader for the Red mags, overpriced. You have to buy overpriced screen for it. The handle, the actual handle to put onto the camera, insanely overpriced. I think the thing's like over $1,000. I'll throw some price lists up here for their stuff to get the exact prices up there. But seriously, the fact that you have to spend so much money on a camera, not to say that the image you won't get out of this camera is not going to be an awesome image, but saying that it's that much better than things like some of the Canon cinema cameras, than some of the Blackmagic cinema cameras, I don't think so. I think you can spend a lot less money and get a similar or very close to look as these Red cameras. And like I said, it's not necessarily the Red cameras that are so overpriced. It's the fact that they charge so much for their accessories. So that is number 3 on this list. Let's go to number 4. All right, so moving into the last, I shouldn't say products, is the Westcott Flex lights. Now these lights here, not to say they won't produce phenomenal quality of light, and not to say they won't, you know, be incredibly built lights, but here's an example of the prices. A 1x1 flex light in daylight balance only, not bi-colored or anything, or RGB, is $469. One 1x3 light in daylight only is gonna run you $1,700. Now, I don't know about you, but if I had $1,700 to spend on lights, I could go get a whole lighting setup from Aputure, and it would do the job just fine. Now, I understand too, the Flex lights are fairly new lights and they're gonna be more expensive because there's not a bunch of companies out there. But I've seen Flex lights out there for way cheaper that are gonna give you very similar results. Like, I don't know how you can justify spending $1,700 on that little 1x3 light. That to me is just insane. And I do expect those lights within a few years or so for the price to go way down. But that is pretty much it for this video. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, notification bell down below, all that good stuff. If you think these things are overpriced, if you think they're underpriced, if you agree with what I said, disagree, feel free to let me know in the comments below. I'd really like to hear what you have to say. And if you did enjoy this and you'd like to see most underpriced camera gear there is out there right now, be sure to hit the like button and let me know in the comments below. But that, like I said, that's it for this one, and I'll see you later.